Australia, often celebrated for its wealth, stunning landscapes, and vibrant culture, also holds a darker, mysterious side rooted in its folklore and history. The country is steeped in eerie tales of the unexplained, from stories of ancient Aboriginal spirits to unsettling accounts of ghostly encounters in remote outback areas. With its vast, empty expanses, abandoned towns, and tragic colonial past, Australia harbors an atmosphere where the supernatural feels almost tangible. This haunting side of the land whispers of lingering spirits and unresolved histories, making it not just a rich country, but one with an enigmatic and spine-chilling aura. Now we visit the most haunted places in Australia. Number 1. The National Film and Sound Archive, NFSA. The National Film and Sound Archive, NFSA, in Canberra, Australia, is not just a treasure trove of the nation's audiovisual history, it is also one of the country's most haunted places. Built in the 1930s, the building was originally home to the Institute of Anatomy, where human and animal remains were studied and stored. This macabre past has contributed to its eerie reputation, with countless reports of ghostly activity over the years. One of the most disturbing features is the building's sub-basement, known as the Blood Room. This small, dark space was once used for dissections and the storage of body parts. Staff and visitors who have ventured into this room have described sudden chills, a feeling of being watched, and hearing strange whispers. Some claim to have seen shadowy figures darting across the basement, and many refuse to enter the area alone. The building's association with death extends beyond the Blood Room. The Institute of Anatomy housed skulls, skeletons, organs, and even the preserved heart of Far Lap, Australia's legendary racehorse. Some say these artifacts carried energy that has never left the building. Staff members have reported footsteps echoing through empty corridors, doors opening and closing on their own, and lights flickering for no reason. Another frequently mentioned ghost is that of a woman in white. Witnesses have seen her drifting silently down hallways before vanishing into thin air. Others have described seeing dark shadow figures moving along walls or standing motionless in rooms. Some visitors have even felt an invisible hand brush against them or pull at their clothing. One of Australia's most well-known paranormal investigators, Tim the Yowie Man, has conducted tours of the NFSA, sharing its haunted history. His tours highlight chilling first-hand accounts from staff and visitors who have experienced unexplained phenomena. Ghost hunters and skeptics alike have been drawn to the building, hoping to witness the supernatural for themselves. The building's unsettling Art Deco design adds to its haunted aura, with carved figures of Australian animals like lizards and owls creating an ominous atmosphere. Combined with its history of scientific experiments and death, it's no surprise the NFSA has earned its reputation as a haunted site. Whether you're a believer in ghosts or not, the National Film and Sound Archive holds an undeniable air of mystery. Its combination of history, architecture, and chilling stories makes it one of Australia's most fascinating and spine-tingling places. Number 2. Aradale Mental Hospital. The Aradale Mental Hospital, located in Aradale, Victoria, is one of Australia's most infamous haunted locations. Built in 1865, it was the largest psychiatric institution in the Southern Hemisphere, operating for over 130 years before closing in 1998. Aradale was part of a network of asylums designed to house the mentally ill, the criminally insane, and those society wished to forget. Its dark past is filled with pain, suffering, and chilling stories of the paranormal. Throughout its operation, Aradale witnessed thousands of deaths, with many patients subjected to cruel treatments now considered inhumane. These included electroshock therapy, lobotomies, and long-term isolation. With over 13,000 recorded deaths at the site, many believe the spirits of former patients and staff linger within the decaying walls. One of the most active areas is the men's ward, where visitors report feeling uneasy and experiencing cold spots. Some claim to have seen shadow figures lurking in the hallways, while others report hearing whispers or distant screams echoing through the empty corridors. Paranormal investigators have captured unexplained voices and footsteps, adding to the building's haunted reputation. The women's ward also has its share of ghostly tales. Staff and visitors have felt an overwhelming sense of sadness and dread when walking through the area. Some report the feeling of being watched, while others have seen ghostly apparitions of women in old hospital gowns drifting through the rooms. The superintendent's quarters is another hotspot for paranormal activity. People have described the sensation of being pushed or grabbed by invisible hands, while others hear doors slamming or furniture moving when no one else is around. Some believe it is the spirit of a former superintendent who still oversees the hospital. In the surgery room, where many patients underwent life-altering and fatal procedures, visitors often feel intense discomfort. Some have reported the smell of antiseptic or the sudden onset of nausea, as though reliving the trauma of those who suffered there. Aradale Mental Hospital is a place where history and the paranormal collide. Its abandoned halls, unsettling atmosphere, and the countless reports of ghostly activity make it one of the most haunted sites in Australia. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, the stories of Aradale serve as a chilling reminder of the asylum's tragic past. Today, ghost tours and paranormal investigations invite the brave to explore its mysteries, but many leave convinced they've encountered something otherworldly. Number 3. Port Arthur. The Port Arthur Historic Site, located in Tasmania, is one of Australia's most haunted locations. Originally established in 1830 as a penal settlement, it housed the country's most hardened criminals under harsh and isolating conditions. The site's brutal history, combined with the thousands of lives lost there, has created an enduring reputation as a hotspot for paranormal activity. Port Arthur was infamous for its inhumane treatment of prisoners. The separate prison used extreme isolation to punish inmates, often driving them to madness. This part of the site is particularly eerie, with visitors frequently reporting feelings of unease, disembodied voices, and shadowy figures lingering in the dimly lit cells. Some have claimed to hear phantom footsteps or sobbing echoing through the halls. One of the most notorious buildings is the parsonage, formerly the residence of the settlement's chaplain. The parsonage is said to be haunted by several spirits, including a priest who died there. Guests have reported seeing ghostly apparitions, candles flickering without explanation, and feeling an unshakable coldness in certain rooms. Another haunted area is the commandant's house, where staff and visitors have experienced strange occurrences. Doors open and close on their own, objects move mysteriously, and cold spots are often felt even on warm days. Some have seen the ghostly figure of a man standing near the windows before vanishing into thin air. The Isle of the Dead, a small island just off Port Arthur, serves as the final resting place for over 1,000 people, including convicts, soldiers, and free settlers. The island is believed to be haunted by the spirits of those buried there. Visitors have reported seeing ghostly figures wandering among the graves and hearing whispers in the wind, especially near dusk. The site's tragic history extends beyond its convict past. In 1996, Port Arthur was the location of a devastating mass shooting, during which 35 people lost their lives. Many believe this more recent tragedy has intensified the paranormal energy of the area, with sightings of restless spirits and unexplained phenomena reported near the cafe and surrounding grounds. Port Arthur's ghost tours are among the most popular in Australia, with many participants leaving shaken by their experiences. From sudden chills and strange lights to sightings of full-bodied apparitions, the stories of Port Arthur continue to draw those curious about its haunted past. The combination of its grim history and countless ghostly tales makes it one of the most spine-chilling places in the country. Number 4. Young and Jackson Hotel. The Young and Jackson Hotel, situated at the bustling intersection of Flinders and Swanston Streets in Melbourne, is one of the city's oldest and most iconic pubs. Established in 1861, it has been a central figure in Melbourne's social scene for over a century. Beyond its rich history and vibrant atmosphere, the hotel is renowned for its resident ghost, often referred to as the Slit-Neck Lady. The legend of the Slit-Neck Lady centers around a tragic figure believed to have been a lady of the night during Melbourne's gold rush era. According to local lore, she met a violent end at the hands of a client, resulting in her throat being gruesomely slashed. Her restless spirit is said to haunt the hotel, particularly the upper floors and certain guest rooms. Numerous patrons and staff have recounted eerie encounters with this spectral figure. Common reports include sudden cold drafts in otherwise warm rooms, unexplained whispers, and the unsettling sensation of being watched. Some have even claimed to witness a shadowy female apparition with a distinct neck wound, wandering the corridors or standing silently by their bedside during the night. In addition to the Slit-Neck Lady, the hotel's famous painting, Chloe, has its own share of ghostly tales. This life-sized portrait of a young woman has been displayed in the hotel since the early 1900s. Some visitors have reported feeling an inexplicable sense of melancholy when gazing at the painting, while others claim to have seen the figure's eyes follow them as they move. There are also accounts of guests experiencing vivid dreams featuring Chloe, leading to speculation that the painting itself may harbor a supernatural presence. The hotel's proximity to Melbourne's former red light district and its history as a popular haunt for miners and sailors have only fueled these ghost stories. It's believed that the combination of historic tragedies and the hotel's vibrant past contribute to the lingering spirits within its walls. Despite these chilling tales, the Young and Jackson Hotel remains a beloved Melbourne landmark, attracting both locals and tourists. For those intrigued by the paranormal, the stories of the Slit-Neck Lady and the haunted painting add an extra layer of allure to this historic establishment. Whether one is a skeptic or a believer, the hotel's blend of history, art, and ghostly legends offers a unique glimpse into Melbourne's rich and mysterious past. Number 5. Monte Cristo Homestead. The Monte Cristo Homestead, located in Junee, New South Wales, is widely regarded as Australia's most haunted house. Built in 1885, this grand Victorian manor was the home of Christopher and Elizabeth Crawley, a wealthy couple who lived there with their family. Though the house is stunning, its history is marred by tragedy, mystery, and ghostly tales that continue to terrify visitors. The Crawley family lived at Monte Cristo for decades, but their wealth did not protect them from misfortune. Elizabeth Crawley, known for her strict and pious nature, reportedly became a recluse after her husband's death, leaving the homestead only twice in 23 years. She is said to haunt the house to this day, with sightings of her spirit in a black dress frequently reported. Visitors often feel an oppressive energy in her former room, with some experiencing shortness of breath or a sudden feeling of being watched. One of the most chilling incidents involves the spirit of a stable boy who tragically burned to death in the stables. Legend has it that the boy was intentionally locked inside by his cruel master. Today, people report hearing disembodied screams and smelling smoke in the stable area, even though no fire has occurred. Another haunting tale is that of a maid who fell to her death from a balcony. While some speculate it was an accident, others believe she was pushed. Her ghost is said to linger in the area, and visitors have reported hearing footsteps and feeling a cold presence near the balcony. The homestead also holds dark stories of a mentally ill servant, locked in chains for years in an outbuilding before being found dead. His spirit, along with other unnamed entities, is said to haunt the property, causing objects to move, doors to slam, and eerie whispers to fill the air. Monte Cristo's paranormal activity is not limited to ghost sightings. Lights are known to flicker without explanation, and some visitors claim to have been physically touched by unseen forces. Others report a heavy sense of dread upon entering certain rooms, especially the old nursery and servant quarters. Despite, or perhaps because of its haunted reputation, Monte Cristo attracts thousands of curious visitors and paranormal investigators every year. Ghost tours and overnight stays offer a first-hand encounter with the supernatural. The combination of tragic history and relentless hauntings makes the Monte Cristo homestead a chilling destination for those brave enough to step inside.